Okay, Ben. Okay, Ben.
Attaboy, Ben.
Johnny, please go. Oh, not the run. All right. Nope, didn't work.
Back kick to receive for the Flyers, number 10. Brock Jeter.
Yeah, bro, you're
Good evening. I'm Kyle Tanner alongside Andy Klein, and this is LCP TV at Mesmer Stadium, where we're here for a big District 4A matchup between North DeSoto and Loyola. So this is going to be a big game, Andy. What do you think as far as the excitement and build-up so far?
Well, all I know is this is probably the most exciting game of the season for us. It's going to give us a good idea of where we stand, and hopefully we're able to move on to next week to Northwood. But my heart is racing. I'm ready tonight for some great football, and I think that's what's in store for us.
Now, of course, tonight, North DeSoto comes in here. They're undefeated in district. Loyola with one loss. So this is actually a game for first place. Now, Loyola, the district schedule has kind of favored them so far, but this is going to be a big step up in class as you face North DeSoto, because they're kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to 4A District 1 football in this area. So you want to knock off the best, you play North DeSoto, and that's what's going to have to happen tonight.
That's right. I mean, they're past state champions recently. They've got team speed. You know, they can match us in a lot of different areas, and I think the greatest thing that we're going to have to do is on the offensive side, really show balance in both the run game and the pass game. You've read about it, you've seen it. Mason Drake has had 2 fantastic games on the ground. Bryce Restovich has had several games through the air, and we're going to have to do everything tonight to beat such a potent defense of North DeSoto.
Now, of course, a couple of things going in the Flyers' favor. Tonight is senior night, which is always an emotional time for the seniors, playing their last regular season home game. But, you know, I think they do understand that they will probably be playing again in the playoffs. But this is an emotional time. And also, you're coming off of Halloween. And what better time than right after Halloween to hopefully have something a little different, a little unpredictable tonight.
That's right. And, you know, the one thing that's going to be unpredictable is the tempo of this North DeSoto offense, and our defense is going to have to respond to that. They've done a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage all season, and we're going to have to tackle in space today. And so we've got a key injury. One of our free safeties and one of our senior leaders, Evan Lerat, is out for the season, and so we're going to have some sophomores that are going to have to step up. That's Thomas Gosley and Blake Herkey. We've seen a little bit of Blake Herkey this year. Thomas has been a starter at corner. He's shifting to that safety role, and I'm excited to see how they handle tackling in space today.
And this time of year, it is that, you know, you do have injuries, you have things that are going on. North DeSoto, they're missing their best wide receiver. Could be back sometime soon, but I don't believe so tonight. But, you know, it is a time for people to step up and see what you're made of, and that's what this Loyola team has to do. This is the measuring stick. This is where you find yourself, you test yourself against the best. Now, another thing, I've talked to both of, some of the coaches this week. I think that they feel comfortable with playing our game and the way we normally play, but they were a little concerned of how they would handle the pace of play by North DeSoto. North DeSoto wants to make this a track meet. They want to go quick, they want to go fast, kind of catch you off guard, so we have to be, Loyola has to be prepared for that.
You know, that's right, and when you're a smaller team playing up in classification, your depth is what you're concerned about on a game like this. And one thing that's been so special this year is you're starting to see that program being built across JV as well as varsity, where players are ready to step in and make an impact regardless of their classification on the team. And I think that's what's so special about this Flyer football team.
And I think you see that just the atmosphere at school this week is, it's been fun with everything going on. The excitement of this game, and just you're going to get a more amped up team, I think, tonight, because they know this is the big game. They know what's going on. And, everything, the pageantry that goes on with senior night. I believe I saw the blimp earlier, but due to the cloud cover, we haven't really been able to see that, or the shots that we hope to get from that. But just a lot of special things going on tonight.
That's right. And with the seniors here, special thanks to them for giving Loyola an amazing experience over the last 4 years. The families of those students, they've really stayed behind this program and supported it. And I know that it's going to be an emotional night for everybody, and I'm so excited about what's in store for us today.
All right, well, we're just minutes away from kickoff, and if you're looking for Art Carmody, he's actually on assignment tonight in North Carolina, so we may be able to get a report from him later on in the game. But now it's time to send it up to the booth to John Carmody and David Winkler.
Good evening and welcome to Messer Stadium, where tonight the District 1-4A first place position is on the line as the visiting North DeSoto Griffins come calling on the Flyers. My name is David Winkler, joined as always by my partner John Carmody, and tonight we have rookie sideline reporter Kyle Tanner ready to bring us all the action in place of the away Art Carmody. So hope you guys are looking for a fun night of high school football if you've tuned in, because you're going to get one tonight, I do believe. John, North DeSoto comes in at 6-2. They're 5-0 in District 1-4A. They come in on a 5-game winning streak off of the last game, a 58-6 home win versus Woodlawn. Loyola, 6-2 and 4-1 in District 1-4A, has a 3-game winning streak of their own and are a perfect 5-0 at home. They're coming off a 35-6 win over Booker T. Washington. And John, I think one of the things that stood out when looking at the game film for North DeSoto in preparation to do this game, it sure did feel almost in some ways like looking in the mirror. You saw a really balanced North DeSoto offense. You have a quarterback that can make all the throws. You've got a group of wide receivers, very balanced. They don't just depend on one person to do it all. And a running back that can really light you up if you don't tackle in space in particular. So tonight, the Flyers are going to be up against it. And what do you see as Loyola's biggest challenge tonight if they're going to tie up North DeSoto and take a share of first place in District 1-4A?
Well, I mean, right off the bat, you've got to try somehow. North DeSoto likes to spread the field. They like to use the entire field. So not only, as you said, do they run the ball well, but they throw the ball all over the field. So you have to be ready for everything with North DeSoto. They've been a well-coached team, especially under Coach Dunn. And this is the Flyers' biggest test. I mean, it's a very easy statement to say this game is the biggest game of the season. Of course, it's for district championship ramifications, but more importantly, as these teams go their separate ways, as you get to the playoff setup, Loyola is going to be playing against a team that is truly a 4A team. Loyola, as we know, their enrollment is basically a 2 to low 3A enrollment. But when you get into the Select 2 playoffs, the quality of the teams that you're going to meet in the second, third round of the playoffs are going to be the caliber of what North DeSoto is. And so this is what the Flyers have to be prepared for as they go. This is the season right here. We have this game this week, Northwood next week, then you have the playoffs, and the playoffs from this point on are going to be teams in this quality level. And so this is a great test for the Flyers, and looking forward to the way tonight's going to go.
Well, stylistically, John, North DeSoto is, like I said earlier, a very balanced team. If you look at their games, at least the games that were competitive for the most part, they're darn near a 50-50 run-pass split. Now, it skews a little more to the run in games that weren't really competitive throughout the season as they just tried to run clock. Hold on one second for the national anthem.
In the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Father in heaven, we ask your blessing on the game we are about
and they can hurt you in whichever way that they want to hurt. They can play a lot of different ways. And in tonight's game in particular, the Flyers secondary is going to be tested in a way that they have not been tested all year. Your thoughts on that?
Well, I tell you, one of the things that's going to be really important is ball control. I mean, if Loyola has the ball on offense, you're keeping that electric North DeSoto offense off the field. And we've seen throughout this season the kind of, ups and downs that you see with every season, where early on we saw mental mistakes leading to penalties and stalling drives. And yet the last couple of games we've seen the Flyers kind of go down the field. And so I think that, part of the way this game is going to play itself out is whether or not the Flyers can sustain drives against North DeSoto's defense. And if they can, and keep that North DeSoto offense off the field, I think that the Flyers have a better chance.
One of the players that will not be playing tonight is senior Evan Lorette, who has been a real key cog in the Flyer secondary over the course of the season. John, not only will Evan's talents be missed in the secondary, they'll also be missed in the kicking game, as Lorette has routinely been able to put kickoffs in the end zone. He's been very proficient in his extra points as well as most of his field goals. So, if this game were to come down to the wire in need of a kick, we're going to be relying on a freshman kicker tonight to get the job done. Freshman kicker Cooper Varnador, is the next man up for the Flyers in the kicking game. And Blake Herkey, next man up in the secondary for Lorette. So those two young men are going to need to come in and play really solid football in a game that is, to date, the most important game on the Flyers' schedule.
Yeah, those you cannot simply just replace Evan's contributions. As we talked about, I mean, the way that the Flyers have done their kickoffs have been situated on his precision kicking. And so, it's going to be interesting to see what the Flyers special teams does different than what they've been doing all season long.
Caddo Middle Magnet.
I expect
Jack Mizashevsky,
to see
senior,
a
First
completely
Baptist. Grant
different
Solomons,
kickoff system
junior,
in this game.
First Baptist.
North DeSoto comes into this game the number 2 ranked
First
team in the
Baptist,
state of
Carter
Louisiana
Doyle,
in Class
senior,
4A.
St.
Loyola
Joseph's.
leads the all-time
St.
series
Ivy,
12-9,
Junior,
but North
First
DeSoto's
Baptist,
won the
Carter
last
Ward,
5. John,
senior, Southfield.
it's all set up.
Gousley, First Baptist.
First place on the line
Grayson
tonight.
Nunn, junior.
You ready for some good high school football?
Evan Lorette,
Absolutely.
senior, St. John's.
The aforementioned Cooper Varnador is about to get it kicked off for us right here. Nice crowd here tonight at Mesmer, John. Loud. This is as loud as I've heard our fans all season long, and it's a great thing to see.
Yeah, North DeSoto traveled well as well.
You would expect nothing less with what's at stake. Here we go. District 1 4A, first place on the line. We got a wind of about 15 miles an hour out of the northeast tonight, so a little breezy here at Mesmer Stadium. And that kick will be fielded at the 31. It's put on the floor. Oh, and North DeSoto is able to fall on it. The Flyers almost got a great break to open the game, but Eli Procell gets on it for the Griffins, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 32.
Well, it's about all you could want from Cooper Varnador right there. He sky kicked it right where it was, right in between where two people were. They had to try to choose who was going to try to catch it. Neither one of them were going to fair catch it, so therefore there was a little confusion.
North DeSoto's led by one of the most talented quarterbacks in the area, Luke Delafield. He's thrown for 1,646 yards, 13 touchdowns, and a 66% completion percentage. Delafield's going to look to throw on the first play here, and he wants it all. He looks downfield, and he's got a man wide open. That is the same man that just recovered the kick, I believe, Eli Procell, all the way down to the 21-yard line of the Flyers. So not the start you wanted to see if you're the Flyer defense.
And that's the Flyers really in a deep safety. They threw that ball deep, and the receiver was able to get behind the safety.
Handoff this time goes to Kenny Thomas, and the Flyer defense does a much better job on Thomas, who's had a heck of a season himself. 142 carries for 1,184 yards and 19 touchdowns, John. And Thomas is going to carry it again. He's a patient runner, had a big hole that time down to the 14-yard line. So that'll set up a third and call it 4.
You said it perfectly right there, David. Initially, there was no hole, but the guard was able to turn out the tackle, and he was just able to wait on it and create that little crease.
Delafield's going to keep this one. That pass is going to be complete to Miller Warren, and Warren's going to be tackled at the 6-yard line. That's going to be good enough for a first down. Gain of about 8, and it'll be first and goal from there. North DeSoto likes to play really fast on offense, and we've already seen that so far here, John. And just like that, the Griffins are in the end zone. Kenny Thomas on a 6-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we expected. They're going to play fast, and they're going to use every part of the field. They threw deep, they threw screen passes, they ran it up the gut, they ran it off tackle, they did everything that you would kind of expect North DeSoto to do. You keep the Flyers always thinking about the whole field.
Dakota Denny set to attempt the extra point. And Denny's kick is good. So 10:50 left here in the first, and the Flyers trail it 7-0. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad.
Welcome back. Big back to receive the kick from Dakota Denny. That kick's going to be fielded at the 21, and the Flyers bobble it to there. I believe that was Fade Ivy. But Brewer falls on it, and the Flyers will have it first and 10 from the 23.
Again, I like the way the Flyers have played that right there. They shifted, looking for that angled kick and trying to get an extra blocker on that side.
At quarterback for the Flyers, Bryce Restovich.
Bryce Restovich leads the Flyers out. Bryce Restovich has had a heck of a season so far himself, throwing for 1,556 yards and 22 touchdowns. 62% completion percentage for Restovich, so really good job for the sophomore. He's going to be brought down in the backfield, back at the 15-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 8. Logan Addison with the sack for North DeSoto, and we can already see here, John, North DeSoto putting pressure on Restovich early in the game, something that the Flyers have not seen on most of their schedule.
And that was just a delayed blitz, and he's just kind of spying, seeing what Restovich can do, and then blitz late.
Mason Drake gets a decent chunk of that back. A 6-yard gain by Drake up to the 21. Or they're going to call it the 22, and that'll make it 3rd and 11.
And really, that was a right call right there. They were actually blitzing off of that side, and the Flyers were able to go just inside of the blitzing linebacker and pick up yardage.
Restovich looks to throw. Pass is complete out to the 25, and it'll be carried up to about the 29. It was Jake Black on the reception, a gain of 7, and that's going to leave the Flyers about 4 yards short of a first down. And the punting unit will come onto the field.
But, that's what we kind of talked about at the start of the telecast, is that, negative plays in this game can leave you in bad situations, whether it be penalties or, in this case, sacks. And so, right there, that whole drive is just kind of undermined by that one sack.
Ward's punt will be fielded. No, he drops it again. Tell you what, John, the breeze must be playing some tricks on these return men's eyes, because that is 3 kicks and 3 muffs so far in this game.
Yeah, North Dakota was lucky to recover that.
That was Chaz Martinez. I mean, arguably the Griffins' best receiver right there. So 1st and 10 from the Griffin 43. North Dakota with their 2nd offensive possession of the night. Delafield is going to look to throw. He's got plenty of time. He looks downfield, and it looks like the pass is incomplete. Flyer defender must have gotten there right on time, John.
Right on time, David. Right on time. Perfectly timed.
Carter Ward on the coverage for the Flyers. Make it 2nd and 10. Handoff again goes to Thomas, and Thomas is stymied right at the line of scrimmage. Great job that time by the Flyer defensive front. Alex Mitchell came in from the secondary to finish him off. It'll be 3rd and 9.
And that's the hard job that the front 3 linemen have, is to try to contain the running back.
Delafield looks to throw. He's got a wide open man in the right flats, but he's going to be brought down. That was Eli Procell on the reception, but the Flyer defense is right there at the 47.
Really nice job by Carter Ward. He's coming there, and he's actually playing a zone. And so as soon as he's there, he's not going deep with the receiver, and so he's sitting right there waiting for that play. Nice job on his part.
Nice job by the Flyer defense with a 3-and-out right there after giving up the quick touchdown in the first possession. The Flyer defense with a much better showing that time, forcing the 3-and-out.
Right here, the Flyers have to be aware, though.
Delafield's also the punter, so they have the luxury of their starting quarterback as their punter.
That's exactly right, David. And so I think that the coaches recognize that and weren't even going to give North DeSoto the opportunity. I would imagine that they would come. I would try to play this in a very safe manner right now, as though that they're going for a fake. Right, the Flyers might have gotten really lucky there, because it looked like the person over the nose was kind of lined up right in the neutral zone as well. So I'm glad they actually got the timeout for that reason too.
Well, and I tell you what, with a coach like Dennis Dunn at the helm, who has had a long, successful, and storied career, you can't really hide your tendencies. And North DeSoto and Coach Dunn are well known for their occasional trick plays. So, to your point, good job on the Flyer coaching staff's part to be tuned into that. Delafield, they are going to snap it to the up man.
And I think they're going to get offside.
He's going to break 2 tackles, and he's going to get a first. Hard running that time by Tucker Brewster. And Brewster gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line.
I believe that's going to be offsides on the Flyers.
Yeah, we do have a flag. And they are bringing it back, John.
Wow. I really thought it was.
The false start against North DeSoto is going to erase that first down. So the Flyers are the beneficiary of the first big penalty of the night.
I mean, that tells you something right there about what North DeSoto thinks about this game. I mean, your second possession and your 4th and 7 at your own 43 or so, and you're going for it. And so, and they're trying to make a statement.
Okay, so we're going to try this one more time. Delafield now
trying to understand.
36.
That was 4th and 7.
I mean, excuse me, on 30. Yeah, that's.
They have the markers.
Correct.
They have the markers incorrect here.
Yes, that is. Yeah, and he did it again. We're going to get another false start. We're going to back him up a little bit more, and you are correct, John, that they are not lined up, and I wonder if Coach Sella will take the opportunity to point that out this time.
So that doesn't look like 16 to me,
No.
based on where.
4th and 16 from the 37 is it's where we should be.
Should have been, so that would have been 4th and 11, and they had it at 4th and 9.
All right, so after all that, Delafield now stands on his 23. And I would imagine more whistles. And what did we get here, John? Looks like maybe they did they called another penalty against the Griffins. Was that a sideline? The official did not actually come out and make the motion for what penalty it was. If he did, I've missed it. Oh my Lord, 4 consecutive.
Now they got an offsides, and this is what I was talking about with the Flyers. Whoever is over the football really needs to be watching where they're lined up, especially when you have a 4th and 22. Why?
Yeah, why would you even be anywhere near the neutral zone, much less offsides? There we go. Now it looks like the Flyers are going to play it very safe on this one. Delafield, he fumbles it! Delafield fumbles it! Flyers, he gets a great punt off. Oh my goodness, Luke Delafield with a hell of a play. That ball's going to be fielded by Brewer, who'll finally be run out of bounds at the Loyola 44. So John, what an exciting series of event we had here early on in this football game. 5:45 left here in the first quarter. Penalties, returns, drop balls, muff punts, you name it, we've had it already, and we were not even the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, the Flyers have good field position right now, and so that this is, they've got to put something together right now.
Brestovich out for his second possession of the night. Handoff's going to go to Mason Drake, who had 6 yards on the first possession, and he's going to have 9 more right here. Actually, they're going to mark him on the 8, so it'll make it 2nd down and 2. So 14 early yards here for Mason Drake, who'll add to his season-long total of 890 and 13 touchdowns.
That was a nice job of Knight kicking out and going behind Budaszewski.
Mason Drake on the carry, but he's going to be met by the Griffins after maybe a 1-yard gain. That's it.
That's one of the things that Mason's going to end up having to do, is to realize that there's not going to be able to stretch that, outside too much. He found success going, straight up field, and I think that's where you're going to continue to find success. Use your offensive line, stay behind them, and get inside of them and get upfield as quickly as possible.
Huge 3rd down conversion needed here by the Flyers. really want to take advantage of this good field position early on in this game, and Mason Drake's going to do just that. And maybe then some. Down to the 32 goes Mason Drake. A gain of 14. First down, Flyers.
Yeah, and a very nice job by Budashevsky and Knight on the right-hand side, creating that seam. Wyatt Lofton crashing down.
They're going to continue to ride the hot hand. Mason Drake again down to the 27, or excuse me, the 28. It'll be a gain of 3 and set up 2nd and 7.
And really, again, here we have Wyatt Lofton at center. You know, he's taking on a block and doing his job. Jack Budashevsky's leading out. Knight kicking out. I mean, that is, they're finding success. They realize that they can play with these guys on the inside.
Flyers empty the backfield, 5 wide. Restovich looks to throw, pass is complete to Brewer. Brewer makes one man miss, and he'll pick up maybe 2 yards, but that's it. Good tackling space that time by the Griffins. It'll be 3rd and 6 now. 3:45 left here in the first. North DeSoto leads it 7-0, with the Flyers looking to put some points up here towards the end of the first quarter.
Really a nice job right there. The Flyers trying to get rid of the football really quick, but again, your offensive line has shown that they're in this game, and so, you know, matching man for man, I really like the way the Flyers have been running the football.
Restovich throws middle. He wanted Mason Drake out of the backfield, but Drake's hit White right away. We do have a flag on the play.
4th and 6 from the 27.
Ball
start against the Flyers. We'll see if the Griffins decide to accept that penalty. It's 4th and 6 as it is.
That's shocking. I'm shocked right there that they're taking that penalty. But imagine.
Yeah, now they're not.
Yeah.
Coach Dunn elects not to take the penalty, so it'll be 4th and 6. And this, with the breeze blowing at their back, do we see our new freshman kicker here, John?
No, I think you're going to have to go for this, and that's the reason why Dennis Dunn did that. Not for the kicker, but it puts the Flyers. There's no way you're punting here. It's too far to really be thinking about kicking a field goal, so you're forcing the Flyers into a long 4th down situation.
Huge play here early in the game for the Flyers. Handoff's going to go to Drake. Drake runs hard. Drake across the 20, down to the 18. First down. Flyers gain of 7.
I love that call, David. Like I said, they are finding success in the middle of their offensive line and getting Mason straight up and down the field. And I would continue to do that until North DeSoto does something different. North DeSoto is trying to take away any passing situations. They're playing the passing situation very well, but what they are giving up right now is, in the interior of their defense.
Flyers with a fresh set of downs. Restovich is going to roll right and look to the end zone. He's got Brewer, but just a little bit out of his reach that time. 2nd down upcoming.
And North DeSoto played that well. They blitzed off of the edge and kept Bryce from getting all the way on the outside, so he has to throw that ball a little quicker. He did a nice job of getting rid of the football, trying to give the receivers a chance, but the timing was not right.
Another flag, another false start. And this one's against the Flyers, obviously. So that'll march him back 5 yards and make it 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I believe that was just on the wide receiver, kind of watching the defensive line do their little rolls. Got a little bit more discipline than that.
Restovich pulled it back, throws down to the end zone. He wanted Black that time. Again, just a little out in front of him. Black did have a step on his man.
I really believe he was looking for Brewer on the shorter route, David. I think he just overthrew it because it didn't look like that Jake was actually looking for the football.
2:59 left here in the first. David Winkler, John Carmody, Kyle Tanner hopes he gets a chance to report to us from the sideline right here, because that means the Flyers will have scored. Restovich looks down. He's got Black at the 10. That's going to be about 2 yards. They're going to say the 11, so that's going to be about 3 yards shy of a first. And let's see if Coach Sella decides to go for this or send Yarborough out to try to put 3 up. Coach Mitchell did say earlier that he absolutely trusted Yarborough, especially on these shorter kicks.
Barnador.
Barnador, sorry. Excuse me.
I believe if the Flyers are able to get a quick little out here, if they were able to roll and get a quick little out.
And timeout, North DeSoto.
Now I'm actually glad because
we'll take a quick timeout too. 7-0 your score here in the first. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
Fourth and 3. Flyers need the 8. Restovich looks to throw. He wants the end zone. He's got Brewer. Touchdown! Flyers! No flags! Ben Brewer from Bryce Restovich.
Yeah, I really do think that North DeSoto kind of gave away how they were playing that right on that last play when they called that timeout, and that was the perfect call. I was just saying I didn't like that call. Thank goodness the timeout happened. That is exactly what I was telling you. That I really felt like they could go to the deep corner, and a really nice play call.
Cooper Varnador set to attempt the extra point. Oh my goodness, looked like the hold was didn't quite get down in time, and Varnador had to stop his approach. So unfortunately the Flyers not able to come away with the extra point right there, but you almost knew, John, that there was potential for that.
Touchdown pass from Bryce Restovich.
All right, we're getting towards the end of the first quarter. North DeSoto hit a big play to start their first drive and ended up scoring. But Loyola has responded and found a rhythm. A 12-yard touchdown pass from Bryce Restovich to Ben Brewer has given us a 7-6 game. The Flyers have found their rhythm, and now it looks like if both teams are going to settle in, it looks like we're going to have a good game tonight. Back to you upstairs.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Sorry for the late introduction to Kyle there. Go ahead, John.
No, I was just going to say that, I mean, they took the advantage of having those 15 yards penalties, and they converted something. That's a very, very important aspect of this game.
Varnador's kick is fielded at the 20 by Chaz Martinez, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line, so 10-yard return. Special teams coach Michael Mitchell take that. I'm
really
quite sure.
Nice job by Carter Doyle and Joshua Lafitte. We talk about Joshua Lafitte every week on these kickoff teams, and both of them did a really nice job of sizing up the runner.
So the Flyer defense takes the field again, coming off a 3-and-out last time they were out on the field, and going to look to repeat that level of success right here, hopefully.
I'm not sure that was 3-and-out. It seemed like it was about 6 or 7 plays.
Yeah, well, that's true. 3 and 5 penalties. Big hole that time for Kenny Thomas, and Thomas runs it all the way out to the 43 of the Griffins, gain of 13 and a first down.
Really nice job by Grant Solomons coming from the nose guard position to make that tackle down the field. He didn't give up on the play.
Thomas again on the carry. Thomas, a very patient runner. He'll pick up maybe 2, but that's it. Great job that time. Salmons is the first man there for the Flyers.
And they did a nice job right there of not giving up the edge, and so Cardor was able to flow and make that play.
Wide open man that time is Chaz Martinez, the leading receiver for the Griffins. Ball's on the ground. Flyers have it. And let's see what the official says. Yes, sir. Flyer football at the 36. And it looks like, I believe, is that Martinez that's still down on the field, John?
Yeah, that was an interesting. I'm not sure when that ball came out, but I don't think any of the officials knew exactly when it came out here. It looked like Dunn is not happy at all.
He is not happy. He's signaling that ball was down by contact. But this is not college or the NFL. There is no instant replay, John.
Yeah, I don't think that any official had a good view on it. You could see them all looking around to see if any of them had a good view, and I don't think any of them had a good view on it. Look.
And interesting, the officials are talking to both coaches. Hopefully the young man from North DeSoto is okay. He's sitting up now, so it looks like
they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 North DeSoto coaches on.
That was the leading receiver for the Griffin, Chaz Martinez, who was down, but he looks like he's walking off pretty good there.
Somehow it looks like Dennis Dunn won his argument. Maybe when you come 2/3 across the field, you make your point. Maybe
that is really interesting, John, because
there wasn't a single official.
The official that was closest to the play clearly said fumble right there. And Coach Dunn seemingly talked the other official into changing that call.
There wasn't a single official that said it was down as you looked around. Interesting.
Squirrely.
Very interesting call.
1st and 10 Griffins, and that time the Griffins are going to be met in the backfield. That was Salmons who met Kenny Thomas at the line of scrimmage, making it 2nd and 10.
Really great job on Grant Salmon's part to get off that block and make that tackle.
Delafield looks downtown, passes incomplete, double coverage that time by the Flyers on Jared Jackson.
And again, that's why you have that deep safety. Before they were allowed the North DeSoto receiver to get behind them. That's the reason why you got to play back right there. They get a good job of closing down on that window.
Again, North DeSoto plays very quickly, John. Handoff, wide open, big hole for Thomas that time. And Thomas puts it on the ground again. The ball goes all the way back to the 33, so at any rate, he's going to lose at least 4 yards on the fumble.
Yeah, I think more like 5 or 6 yards.
What would have been a 4th and very short is now going to be a 4th and about 8.
Yeah, I think it's only a gain of 1. I think it's more than a 9.
So 4th and 9 after it's all said and done. The offense is going to stay on the field, John. Coach Dunn very confident in his offense right here. Flyers with a great opportunity to make a statement here in the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, he's like to throw this ball right over the middle, right in the seam each time.
Oh, trick play. Delafield wide open man. And he's going to score, my goodness, Miller Warren, who bobbled the ball 3 times before he finally gained control of it and ran it into the end zone for a Griffin touchdown. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They said he stopped him at the 3. Excuse me. From here, it looked like he ran it in.
But you're right, David. That was a heck of a play. They were trying to confuse the Flyer defense.
Thomas on the carry. And for the second time tonight, he's going to score for the Griffins with 1 second left here in the first. They just play so fast, John. Eventually, at that kind of speed against a defense that simply hasn't seen anything like that all year long. And Coach Sella even alluded to that in his media earlier this week, that it might take the Flyers a quarter or so to get used to this pace on defense.
It's not only pace, but it's using everything in the playbook, and they do a very good job of that.
And the Denny kick is up and good. So after the Flyers put 6 on the board a few minutes ago, North DeSoto answers right back, converts a long 4th down, and avoids a couple of turnovers along the way, and it's 14-6.
Yeah, I mean that's what you talked about, the pace of the game, and you know they run the ball well. They're pulling tackles, pulling guards. They're using a lot of misdirection. They do a lot of things to kind of make you think and put your head on a swivel as a defensive player. And because it's happening so fast, you don't have really time to be thinking about all your progressions. And the thing that you have to realize defensively is you just got to take all that out of the equation and do your job on every individual play.
The fair catch at the 28-yard line that time by the Flyers. That was Herky on the fair catch. And after we had seen several muffs early on in this quarter, John, good job by Herky to come down with that one and give the Flyer offense possession and a chance to come down here and tie this thing back up.
But you can just see, I mean, the time of possession for North DeSoto has been, less than Loyola's in this first quarter, and you can see just how quickly they can score. So the Flyers again have to be able to try to use up some clock. You only have to use up 1 second in this quarter.
Restovich throws out to the flats to Jake Black, and Black was unable to hang on to that.
Andrew Tatum and Graham Kyle, please come to the pipeline for your winning raffle. Health is proud to be the official healthcare provider for Loyola College Prep.
All right, we come to the end of the first quarter. North DeSoto leads 14-6. On North DeSoto's third drive of the game, the Flyer defense really stiffened up, almost causing 2 turnovers. Unfortunately for the Flyers, one was called down by contact by the officials, and the second one went out of bounds. North DeSoto was able to get a first down on a 4th down conversion with a reverse and then punch it in from the 1. So we take it to the second quarter with the Flyers ball and a 14-6 lead for North DeSoto. Back to you upstairs.
Thank you, Kyle. John, we've had a little bit of everything here so far at the end of the first. Multiple turnovers, multiple penalties, 3 touchdowns. What else can we expect to see?
Well, that's the thing is you have to bring the pace back to your pace now. When you're on offense, you know what North DeSoto's going to do offensively. When you're on offense, you've got to set the pace, and they did that a good job of running the football.
2nd and 10 Flyers from the 30. Restovich is going to pull this one back, and he's got some room. Bryce Restovich with a nice run out to the 40-yard line, very near a Flyer first down. Looks like they may mark him about a foot short. He fooled the entire Griffin defense that time. They all thought that Mason Drake had the ball.
Well, that's one of the great things. We don't see Bryce in that RPO do that very often, and I don't think that North DeSoto was expecting it. They didn't probably see much film on that.
About a foot, for a first, and now it's going to be about 4 yards for a first. My goodness. Drake dropped in the backfield by Lawson for North DeSoto, and that'll make it 4th and 4.
And so, again, this is what North DeSoto does very well right there. They're blitzing off the edge. Right there is the perfect call against what the Flyers were doing. But the Flyers in that RPO, it takes a long time. And so they were having greater success running that football straight ahead on the earlier drive, and so you got to be careful because North DeSoto is sending people. North DeSoto bringing 10.
Ward set the punt for the Flyers, and they're bringing the rush, not able to get to it, and looks like the officials blew that one dead. Penalty is against the Flyers. It's a delay of game penalty. The play clock had expired, so that'll mark them 5 more back, make it 4th and 8 now. There's a pretty decent wind blowing out of the east-southeast right now, John. Going to blow this punt from Ward's right to his left. And the Griffins bringing the pressure, and that punt's going to go out of bounds at around midfield. They're going to give the Flyers the 48 of North DeSoto, and that's where the Griffins will take over 1st and 10.
You can see, North DeSoto's not afraid to put all kinds of pressure on their opponents, and so lining up 10 and only dropping 1 on the punt, they feel like they can do just about anything, and certainly they have been able to do it so far.
Handoff goes inside to Thomas. Thomas will pick up maybe 4 yards. Oh, excuse me, that was Latin, not Thomas. Gain of 6. Latin again on the carry. He's got a big hole. Latin across the 25 down to the 20. He'll finally be brought down at around the 12-yard line of the Flyers. Big carry that time by Braylon Latin of the Griffins. He'll stay in the football game. He'll take the ball again, and he's carrying Flyer defenders down till about the 7. Lofton on the tackle for the Flyers.
But you can see, especially for the Flyer two-way players, this is a lot of plays to play, David. The pace keeps them, defensively on the field a long time, and then they got to come back offensively and try to produce something.
This time the Flyers do a great job. Looks like that was Lofton who got there first, and Horton came in to finish him off back at the 14-yard line. So it's a loss of 7 yards, one of the best negative plays for the Flyer defense so far in this game.
Yeah, Lofton did a nice job coming upfield and sealing that edge and making the play.
Delafield looks into the end zone. He's got a man wide open. Touchdown, North DeSoto. My goodness, a busted coverage that time by the Flyers leads to the 3rd North DeSoto touchdown of the night. That was Jared Jackson on the reception for North DeSoto.
Yeah, that was a simple little deep crossing pattern, and looked like the Flyers were not, looking at that inside receiver going to the outside at all. There was nobody staying with him.
Dakota Denny set to attempt the 3rd extra point of the night. And Denny, he's got a big leg, kicks that one right through and extends the North DeSoto lead to 15 points at 21-6. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV. Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. 9:08 left in the first half. Flyers trail it 21-6. Onside kick attempt by the Griffins. Ball's loose, but the Flyers are able to jump on it. Great jobs by the Flyers special teams that time. Following on the onside attempt, Lofton was the one that made the recovery for Loyola, and the Flyers will have it first and 10 from the 39.
Yeah, that's a curious call at 21-6, and the game's going your way for 14 minutes of the game. So
looks like they're going to say the 40-yard line. So yeah, so Coach Dunn going for the jugular right there. You think the Griffins want to make a statement here in the first District 1 4A meeting between these two teams?
I do.
Carried by Drake. No gain on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 10.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Again, I like that play call. The defensive player made a good play right there, shedding a tackle, but I like the Flyers trying to attack the middle of the defense.
Flyers trying to slow this thing down a little bit.
That's exactly right, David.
Restovich under pressure. He tucks and he's going to take off and have a few yards. Nice job that time by Bryce Restovich. Good pocket composure. And he takes what could have easily been a sack on the play and turns it into a 4-yard gain. Makes it 3rd and manageable now, 3rd and 6.
Yeah, and you can see, look at where the safeties are playing. The safeties are playing about 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. They are not worried about anything deep at all. So because they have those safeties up there, they're able to get on things and get on the runs, and they can get on the quick little screens.
Restovich pulls it back. He keeps it, and that pass is incomplete. But there's going to be a flag on the play. He wanted Jeter, and it looks like North DeSoto's going to get a pass interference call against them. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and a first down for the Flyers.
Really a nice job right there on Bryce Restovich's part. He has to stay in the pocket and wait for Jeter to make his cut to come onto the inside, so it has to take a little bit of time. And so he delivered the ball perfectly, and of course the defender grabbed Jeter as he's going to make the catch.
So 1st and 10 from the 42 of North DeSoto. Handoff goes to Drake, and Drake carries a couple of guys for maybe a yard. And that's exactly what they're going to say. 1 yard on the gain, and it'll be 2nd and 9.
I like it, though. Again, you're running inside. That play could have gone for a little bit more, but you're getting, it was missing one block right there for that to go for 5, 6, 7 more yards. So, the Flyers are trying to attack the middle of that defense, trying to keep North DeSoto honest.
Restovich, he wants it all. He wants Brewer. Just a little bit overthrown, incomplete.
I really like Bryce Restovich standing in the pocket right there. Again, North DeSoto sending a blitz, and in that package right there, you got to stand and try to throw that ball. Again, they had a deep safety, so it was double covered, but he threw it into the gap where he needed to give Ben a chance. So there's nothing wrong with that play call. It may make North DeSoto safeties stay back an extra yard or two, which may help the running game down.
So 3rd and 9, you got to wonder if they get anywhere near that first down marker, if this will be 4-down territory. Timeout. Coach Sella runs, does his best Olympic sprinter impersonation down the sideline to get the timeout. So you wonder right here, John, if what goes through Coach Sella's mind is, does he try to get it all, or Is he content with just getting near the first down marker and knowing he's going to go for it on fourth?
No, I really like that formation right there because you had one backside receiver, and you do have safety help over the top, but he's playing kind of the middle of the field, so it's not like they can be that much of a help. So you have a lot of options right there. If you can have somebody, if you can beat them off the line of scrimmage, you might be able to get a quick little slant in, or you might be able to throw a little fade, and it'd be hard for the safety to help out if he's in the middle of the field.
Third and 9. 6:58 left here in the first half. Flyers trail at 21-6. They would dearly love to add to their side of the ledger right here on this drive. Restovich looks downfield. He's got Brewer. Nice catch. Just past the 25 down to the 23. And that'll be a first down for the Flyers.
Really a nice job of staying in the pocket again by Bryce Restovich. And Brewer finding that little seam, and he did the right thing. As soon as he caught it, he thought about kind of going side to side, but he realized just get upfield and get the extra yards that you can.
And this time it's the Flyers who look to go quickly. Handoff goes to Drake. Drake's got a big hole. Drake down to the 10-yard line. Gain of, now they're going to say the 9, gain of 15, and another Flyer first down.
Again, that little trap block inside is enough, and that's what they're, there's no RPO right there. It's just running off that little inside block.
And the Flyers now going quickly. So anything you can do, we can do it better. But now they're going to slow it down. Restovich, wide open is Hamilton. Hamilton across the 5 down to the 4. Looks like they're going to even give him the 3 there. So it'll be second down and goal from the 3.
I like that Colby really pushed 2 guys that tackled him initially. It took the 3rd and 4th guy to come in to actually stop him.
After going quickly early here, the Flyers dotting all their I's and crossing all their T's. Restovich wants to roll right, looks into the end zone, throws back across, and throws an interception. Picked off in the end zone, and if he doesn't make the tackle, this could come back a long way. And that's exactly what's about to happen. 101-yard interception return for a touchdown. However, there is a flag sitting on the 9-yard line. Let's see what that flag is all about, as the official has not moved from that end of the field.
Yeah, he's saying holding against the Flyers.
So the flag is against Loyola, and the touchdown will stand. My goodness. What a change of events right there, John. 101 on the return gives North DeSoto a 27-6 lead here in the waning moments of the first half, pending the extra point.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see Bryce make many mistakes, but that one was one. He must have seen something quickly, because there was not a receiver that I saw in that area. There were 3 or 4 North DeSoto players that were there where he actually threw that ball. So, I mean, I like the fact they were rolling him out. I really thought they were going to roll him out and give him 0 options and just get to the corner.
And Denny's kick is good. So 5:09 left here in the first half, and North DeSoto leads at 28-6. We'll be right back.
The three-pointers will be flying all over the Loyola gym when the annual alumni basketball game takes place on Saturday, January 4th. There's a rumor that some defense might actually be played, so you won't want to miss out on playing in this game. In recent years, we've had players from at least 6 decades lace up the sneakers and give it their best shot. It's a fun way to spend a Saturday showing off your skills on the hard court. This is a fundraiser for the basketball program, and you can play as much or as little as you like. If you're a former Flyer basketball player, We'd love to have you join us. Contact head coach Ben Schonfarber at the school if you'd like to participate. The annual Loyola Style Show and Luncheon will be held Wednesday, November 13th at the Bossier Civic Center. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the show begins at 11:30. Sponsored by the Parents Association.
Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. A gut punch if you're a Flyer fan right there. A 14-point swing in one play on the 101-yard interception return for a touchdown by the Griffins.
Yeah, but like everything else in football, you got to shake it off and keep playing. There's a long way to go just in this first half. I mean, this has been 3 quarters worth of action up to this point, you know.
And the Flyers, by no means, are out of this one. It's 28-6. It's a 3-score lead, but they can come down here and put some points on the board before halftime, get it into the half. The Flyers are still very much in business. And that kick will be fielded at the 10-yard line by Jake Black, and Black will run it up to the 26. And that'll be a gain of 16 on the return, and the Flyers will take over there, 1st and 10.
But you just can't under really state the pace of the way the game is going and how many plays these two-way players are having to play a quarter and a half into this game. And, you know, the Flyers have multiple players that are two-way players. And so, you know, thankfully it's a relatively cool night. You know, hopefully that helps a little bit with their stamina, but I would not be surprised at all, you know, if there were some cramping or anything going on towards the end of this game.
Mason Drake on the carry will pick up maybe 2 yards. I'll tell you one group that's fine with the offense having 2 possessions, if you want a silver lining, is the defense. It gives them a chance to catch their breath after a frenetic quarter and a half. Although I'm sure Coach Sella would just as soon prefer that not be how it played out. Again, Drake on the carry. This time he'll pick up about 5 yards. A nice run by Mason Drake.
Really
set up a 3rd and 3.
A very nice very nice run right there. Really tackled by one defender, and Mason did a nice job of kind of jumping through that hole, which he does well. Again, that's where the Flyers have found success.
Drake just slips on that one. Again, we kind of saw this last week, John. We got to this time of the night, and the field just seemed to be a little slippery, for lack of a better term. I mean, we saw a bunch of slips last week, and there again, Mason Drake trying to make a cut just slips.
And a decent amount of rain yesterday, too. But right there, the Flyers, you can see that again, North DeSoto is being very aggressive. They're again blitzing on 3rd down. The Flyers are going to have to look at trying to motion some people to see if we can get the North DeSoto defense to kind of back off the blitzing.
Ward with an end-over-end kick that's going to take a Flyer bounce, and it'll finally be downed at the 33. And that's where the Griffins will take over 1st and 10.
Well, like you said, David, that's not a lot of time right there. The offensive possession did not take a lot of time, so the defense back out. But for Jack Budashevsky and Jack Ebar, they're two-way players, and that's a lot of plays they've played so far.
.308 left here in the first half. Flyers really need to keep the Griffins off the scoreboard on this drive. Nice run that time by Kenny Thomas. He'll finally be forced out of bounds at the 46. Herky knocks him out there. It was a 13-yard game and a first down for the Griffins. Again, Thomas on the carry. A very effective runner, John, is Thomas. Very patient. He waits for his hole to open up, and when he gets it, he hits it quickly.
But you can see what North DeSoto doing. I mean, now they've just changed into an eye situation, and
Delafield looks downfield, has his receiver. That time, Tucker Brewster, and Brewster just shrugged off the first tackle attempt and ran it all the way down to the Loyola 22. Another first down.
He just lined up as a fullback running out into the flats, and somebody not maintaining their responsibility.
Snap over the head of Delafield, and he just picks it up and runs. He'll maybe get a couple of those yards back. It's going to be a loss of about 3. Doyle was there for the Flyers. Be a loss of roughly 4 and make it 2nd and 14.
And nice job on Delafield's part to recover that ball, and good job on Carter Doyle's part to get outside.
Delafield rolls right, looks to throw, passes complete over the middle. That was Procell on the reception. So just like that, they almost get it all back in one play, John.
He's really found a lot of success in the middle of that Flyer defense.
Thomas's run up the middle picks up another Griffin first down at the 8. It was a gain of 5. That'll set up 1st and goal. And again, on the carry is Thomas, and he'll pick up 5 yards that time. Budashevsky there on the tackle for the Flyers. Make it 2nd down and goal from the 3. Minute left here in the first half. And there's a flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start against North DeSoto.
But as you said, anything you can do, we can do better. They're showing the Flyers they can run it right up the gut too.
So 2nd down and goal now from the 7. And this time the Flyer defense does a great job on Kenny Thomas. Holds him to no gain or maybe even a loss of 1.
Yeah,
and looks like the Griffins are going to take a timeout here with 40 seconds left here in the first half and a big 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, that was an outstanding play by Jack Ebarb to get to the running back as he was getting to the hole and hold him up and let the rest of the Flyers come in and kind of clean it up. And that timeout that North DeSoto just called is really, beneficial because Jack Ebarb and Jack Budashevsky, have not come off the field in this game except for, the occasional time to get them subbed in. So, the Flyers certainly could use every little break that they can get with two-way players.
So 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line. Delafield looks back over to the Griffin sideline for his directions. Flyer fans making some noise here. It's as loud as we've heard Mesmer Stadium all year. Great job by the Flyer defense that time on Thomas. brings up a 4th down.
Really, I mean, Grant Salmons was coming upfield and really did a very nice job of actually grabbing the running back as he was running by him. Grant wasn't able to get him, kind of squared up, but did a nice job of knocking him down.
So Dakota Denny will come out here to attempt what will be a 26-yard field goal. We've seen Denny, at least on these extra points, he's got more than enough leg. And it looks like I'm going to take a chance to talk about it here with 3 seconds left in the first half. So, John, the Flyers find themselves trailing by the most they've trailed all year here at home. Flyers haven't lost the game here in Mesmer Stadium this year. But right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and they'd really like to make a play right here and hopefully keep the Griffins from adding to their 22-point lead.
Again, I mean, the Flyers need to be aware that North DeSoto's thrown everything at them. Even a fake field goal wouldn't surprise you at this point.
What breeze there is just into Denny's face here from the left. And that kick is no good! Wide left! So the Flyer defense dodges a big bullet there, and that's going to end the first half. So the Flyers with a little bit of momentum here to end the first half. Your score here from Mesmer Stadium, North DeSoto 28, Loyola 6, and we're going to go down to Kyle Tanner, who's going to catch Coach Sella coming off the field here.
Yeah, I'm here with Coach Sella now. It looked like y'all had really kind of found a rhythm offensively, and then, of course, you have the big turnover that leads to basically almost a 14-point swing. How do you kind of regroup after something like that?
I mean, because we drove the ball all the way down to the 5-yard line. I mean, it's silly stuff. It's small things, like we can't slip on routes, we can't drop balls, we can't just dip our toe in the water on defense to start when we knew what was coming. And then we start getting stops. You can't turn the ball over, you can't slip on runs, and down there on the 5, I told Bryce, I'm okay with 3rd and goal from the 5. There's no big deal with that. And so he's just got to learn from experience on that one, I guess.
Now, any adjustments that you have to make, or you still keep playing your game?
Yeah, I mean, we're getting stops when we need to. We've driven the ball when we need to. We've run the ball well. We've thrown the ball well. I mean, everything is there. We just got to keep getting stops. And with how fast they play, you can get stops and get the ball back in a minute and a half and get it back. And so we just got to keep playing and keep working.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Coach.
All right, so thank you, Coach, and we'll be back here with the second half in about 15 minutes. 28-6 your score at halftime. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
The three-pointers will be flying all over the Loyola gym when the annual alumni basketball game takes place on Saturday, January 4th. There's a rumor that some defense might actually be played, so you won't want to miss out on playing in this game. In recent years, we've had players from at least 6 decades lace up the sneakers and give it their best shot. It's a fun way to spend a Saturday showing off your skills on the hard court. This is a fundraiser for the basketball program, and you can play as much or as little as you like. If you're a former Flyer basketball player, we'd love to have you join us. Contact head coach Ben Schonfarber at the school if you'd like to participate.
Okay, I'm here with Coach Mike Green. Flyers down 28-6 at halftime, but really hadn't been that big of a difference as far as how the games have been played out, except for the turnovers.
Yeah.
How do you view it as a coach?
Well, and that's what gives you gray hair coaching is things you can't control. The ball bounces funny. But I thought, if anything, we know we can play with them, and I'm sure Coach is telling them right now that you can play with these guys. We just got to cut out the few mistakes. But I've been very pleased. Just a couple little errors, and we're all right. We're okay.
Now, of course, you as a coach, I've seen it every time you look at your schedule when you start the season, and you look at the district schedule we had, but you know that this game's going to be different. And when you approach that, as you're looking through a district schedule, the way it built up to now, you've got North DeSoto and Northwood, the really powerhouses in 1-4A. How do you approach that as a coach? Getting your team, ready for the big difference or step up as far as competition is concerned.
Well, what you do, and you're wanting in the playoffs, that's when the real season starts. So what you tell them is, even a game like this, you've got to learn. You learn from your mistakes, and you go back. But that first playoff game is when you want to be peaking. So you learn, you try to come back, see if we can come back from behind, and you have stuff to work on. So being in the playoffs is the most important thing. That's when the real football, and it's fun. But right now you're just learning, and they're in the playoffs, so now they're just learning, trying to get better.
Now, of course, like you mentioned, the ball bounces a little funny. It's like the ball hit the ground so many times there in that first half.
Oh, my God.
But we just couldn't find a way to get a hold of it. Well, the officials ruled it down that one time,
yes.
And then it goes out of bounds again. But is it just one of those things you tell your team, we're going to get one sooner or later? You just got to keep going at it?
That's it. The first half, they got the ball bounced their way. The second half, but I can tell you, we're moving the ball. We're, they've had to run a trick play. They've had to do some things, but it's been third and long for them a lot of times, talking about North DeSoto. So we're doing what we need to do. We just need to get a couple breaks here.
And of course, I talked to Coach Cello right at halftime, asking him if there's anything you really have to change. But
no, I think they got it.
You felt they've been doing a good job of everything. So
yes.
As you're in the locker room, it's just a matter of
get them up. I mean, they can play with them. They've proved that you can play with these guys. So now you just got to go out and do it.
All right. So on a different note, we're coming off of Halloween, yesterday. I know you probably had the grandkids out there and stuff. But, what kind of candy were you looking for? What kind of strategy do you tell the kids on like a Halloween night, something like that?
I found out that if you run real fast, you can grab their bag and take off running. I was the guy that was stealing the kids' candy. I love chocolate. So, I wouldn't kid. But, it's fun. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Well, and again, have you ever been set the bowl out front of the door, or do you make them earn it?
Oh, they got to earn it. They've got to earn it. And you always say, if they're dressed like Superman, you say, oh, there's Batman. And you make, I'm Superman. You got to mess with them a little bit to get them to earn it.
Now, I know it was a school night for you and for everyone else, so do you carry over the festivities into the weekend?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll have my costume on until Sunday.
I mean, now, I don't know what that is. Is that going to be a surprise when we see any pictures?
Yeah. Watch the news tonight. Watch the news.
Which segment of the news will we be looking for?
Probably the headlines of it.
All right, well, hopefully we get some different things going on in the second half. We change it up, change the momentum around, and see what.
I think it's going to be.
Should be able to make a run.
I think they will. It's going to be a good second half.
All right, we'll go back up to you in the booth. That's it from halftime down here.
The annual Loyola Style Show and Luncheon will be held Wednesday, November 13th at the Bossier Civic Center. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the show begins at 11:30. Sponsored by the Parents Association, the Style Show is a long-standing tradition at Loyola that celebrates the senior class. Loyola seniors will take the stage for the main show, where groups model clothes from local stores in addition to the Senior Walk and the Alumni Walk. All Flyer alumni and future Flyers are invited to join in the fun. With special seating available for each group, the Style Show is a great way to reconnect with old friends and meet new ones. Loosen up the arm and dig out the glove from the back of the closet. Get ready to show off your skills on the baseball diamond once again for the annual Old Timers game. Former Flyers will gather at Cicero Field on Saturday, April 5th for another fun game, and if you're a former baseball player, we'd love to have you join us. Even if you haven't thrown a pitch or swung a bat since you were in a Flyer uniform, you'll be amazed as to how quickly your skills will all come back to you. There are gifts for each player and lunch for all who participate in the Old Timers game. Contact the school if you'd like to sign up.
Hey Flyers. I'm Molly Kavanaugh.
And I'm Ava Smith.
And welcome to the rundown for the week of November 1st, 2024.
It's been a spooky week, so let's get right to it.
How's your style show practice been going?
We just learned our dance, so I'm nervous, but practice makes perfect, I guess.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say that, because Cade Kirby checked in with all the groups to see how they're doing.
Let's take a look.
Style Show is one of the biggest events of the year at Loyola. I went into one of their practices to see what it's all about.
Hey, I'm Elizabeth Ardwin.
And I'm Sophie Ward, and we are the choreographers for the 2024 Loyola Style Show.
Practices have been going really well. We've finished all the choreography and everyone pretty much knows what they're doing. So now it's just time to clean it up and get it ready for the show.
This group of kids has been really great to work with. They have a great attitude. They've been coming to the style show since they were freshmen and they watch every year. And they know what the hype is. They know what they're getting themselves into. So I think they've had a really great attitude and they're ready to go. So we're excited.
Ready to make it bigger and better.
That's right.
Good luck to all of our seniors in their practices. I know this year's style show will be one to remember. That's all from me. This has been Kate Kirby.
Molly, what did you dress up for this year?
I was a vampire. What'd you do?
I didn't do anything, but I bet some of our other Flyers did.
Brady Gatos went around the school to find out.
Thanks, Molly and Ava. Today's Halloween and everyone's dressed up. Let's see what they're wearing.
Hey, my name's Josh, and I'm wearing my favorite flannel today.
And I'm Miss Goodman, and I'm the math witch, and I forgot my broom at home, so I have a vacuum.
I'm Will, and I'm my dad.
I'm Maddie Mathias, and I'm dressed up as a minion with my friends Juju, and my friend Reagan is Gru.
Hi, my name's Reagan, and today I dressed up as Gru.
Howdy, I'm Mr. Thacker, and I'm a science nerd.
I'm Annalie, and I'm a goddess.
Hi, my name is Grayson, and I dressed up as Christmas.
I'm Jake, and I did Jake from State Farm. So.
Hey, I'm Bella, and I'm dressed up as a mouse, and I have a tail.
Everyone looked great in their costumes. This has been Brady Gatos.
How much Halloween trivia do you know?
Not much.
Well, my train sure does, though.
She went around the school to figure out what our students know.
I found some Halloween trivia facts to ask our Flyers. Let's go see how knowledgeable everybody is on their facts.
What was candy corn originally called?
Corn? Candy of the corn.
Corn candy.
Wax candy, I don't know. Triangle candy.
Sweet corn?
Pine candy? I don't know. Corn.
Triangles? What was candy corn originally called?
I don't know what that is.
Chicken feed. In Iowa, what is the night before Halloween called? Halloween Eve. All Saints Day.
Halloween Eve.
It's Hallows Eve.
Dead Moise.
Beggar's Night. What is the most popular Halloween candy in America?
Snickers. Hershey's chocolate. Candy corn. Skittles.
Candy corn.
Skittles. Say candy corn.
Reese's. Good job, that was right.
Definitely Reese's.
Reese's. What city in the U.S. is considered the most haunted? Africa.
Shreveport. St. John's.
Oregon.
New Orleans.
What is the most popular Halloween costume of all time?
Probably Ghost. Curious George.
Princess. A vampire. A vampire. Cheetah.
Freaky Bus.
A vampire.
Anakin.
A witch. Probably the Joker.
An inmate.
A black cat. Yes. Really? Yes. Those were some pretty spooky answers. This has been Amaya Tran.
The Flyer football team had a big win last week, and the volleyball team had their last home game on Tuesday night.
Let's go see what Peyton Lewis has to say with this week's sports report.
Hey Flyers, welcome back to this week's sports report. Our football game Friday night is very important for our spot in playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, our volleyball team postseason starts next week, so let's dive right in.
Flyer football team will be playing for the District League Friday night when they take on North DeSoto at 7 o'clock at Mesmer Stadium. The Flyers will come into the game with a 6-2 record and have won 3 straight games. The latest win came last Friday in a 35-6 win over Booker T. Washington. It was a great night for junior running back Mason Drake, who ran for a career-high 238 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a 68-yard run to open the scoring for the Flyers. Another highlight was a fumble strip and return by junior Alex Mitchell, who took the ball away from a BTW runner and returned it 58 yards to the 5-yard line. Also, on defense, Jack Ebar had 2 quarterback sacks and 7 tackles. But the biggest highlight for the senior was a 3-yard touchdown run. The volleyball team is looking forward to the playoffs, which start next week. The Flyers will be on the road for the first round. The team had 2 matches this week, including one in the Loyola gym against Northwood, to get ready for the postseason.
Don't forget that our cross-country team is hosting the regional meet at South Bossier Park on November 7th. This has been this week's Sports Report. See you next time, Flyers.
Tonight is senior night for our football players, so make sure you show up loud and proud.
I hope you all had a safe Halloween, Flyers. That's all for this week's rundown.
Wait.
Oh my god! The volleyball team!
Those were some pretty spooky answers. Oh my god!
Like, ah! Yeah, that was good.
Lay. Sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Kane is in the building.
Yeah. Alright, already the show goes on all night. Till the morning we dream so long. Anybody ever wonder when they would see the sun? Just remember when it comes to the show goes on. Alright, already the show goes on all night.
Our phones have become essential. Apps keep track of our schedules, our fitness, our love lives. But what if an app could tell you how long?
Yeah, I got 36 years.
I got like 82 years.
Yeah, I got 65 years.
Before you die, would you want to know?
What?
Well, I heard Jack's tire went off yesterday, and no one's seen him since.
See how much time I have left? Let's see. Dude, there's no way I have 3 hours and 36 minutes left. There's no way this is real. I can't do this anymore. This is not. Yes, my new phone. Hopefully this one doesn't have a virus on it. Thank gosh. Finally, a new phone. Better than the last one. What in the ditty? 22 minutes left. Well, I thought I got rid of it. This has gotta be fake. There's no way an app can determine how I die. This is just so fake. How is this happening? This is genuinely tweaking me out now. Why is nothing happening? Oh,
Hey, they don't know me, son.
I'm gonna show you how great I am. Great I am.
Of all time. But I don't want to be like me. I'm just the greatest, man. Nobody can guard me, man, for sure, man.
Oh, trash, give me that ball.
Bro. What are you doing, bro? That's my ball, bro. What are you doing? Bro, what's your... Ow! Oh my god! Ow! Throw me some, bro. I swear I'm finna trip out, man. I'm finna crash out, man. On my mama, bro. On my mama. Twin, I'm finna crash out, twin. I swear, bro. Ain't nobody gonna do me like Bro, I went somewhere over here, bro. Like, where is it? Is it down here? Oh, there's my ball. I bet. Oh.
Hey, you want it back?
Man, you can keep that ball, man. My mommy told me not to talk to strangers, man.
Well, what's your name, stranger?
My name's Michael.
Well, now we're not strangers anymore.
Nah, bro, you tripping, bro. I ain't going in there, bro. You got it, bro. I'm getting out of here, bro.
Wait.
What do you want, bro? I said I'm going home.
I got 2K. Multiplayer. Only if you come in and get your ball. Take it. Take it. Take it.
I bet I want some 2K.
Yeah, I got Lakers.
Get that ball. Oh my God, my head! My basketball career is over. LeBron, I'm not gonna be like LeBron. Oh my God.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are here. Decisions are made here. That's how we define local. Home Federal Bank, a better way.
Welcome back to Mesmer Stadium. About to get the second half underway. North DeSoto leads this one at halftime 28-6, but the Flyers with a little bit of momentum there at the end of the first half with a missed field goal attempt by North DeSoto, keeping the score where it is and giving the Flyers just a little bit of wind at their sails going into halftime.
Yeah, and they needed that. I mean, the way that the half was unfolding, you were kind of taking your shots from the opponent, and you had one good drive that it kind of gets you even, and then the interception return for touchdown just kind of changes all the momentum. So them not giving up that last touchdown or even a field goal was that last little bit to sit there and go, okay, let's right the ship. We're back in this fight. Let's gather ourselves and let's see what this second half brings.
So Brewer and Black back to receive the kick from North DeSoto, although they really haven't kicked it deep tonight. We'll see what the Griffin special teams unit has in store for the Flyers right here, and the Flyers expecting something, move up another man to the front, and that kick will be fielded at the 13-yard line by Ben Brewer. And Brewer will be brought down at
Bryce Restovich,
21,
sophomore, St. John's.
Mason Drake, junior, St. Joseph's. Ben Brewer, senior, Cattle Middle Magnet. Rock Jeter, sophomore, Calvert. Jake Black, junior, First Baptist.
Colby Hamilton, senior, First Baptist.
James Scott Wojtowicz, senior, First Baptist. Jack Ebar, senior, Cattle Middle Magnet.
Wyatt Lofton, junior, Uri Drive Middle School.
Flyers start out in decent
senior,
field goal position.
Hayden Knight, sophomore, Cattle Middle Magnet.
So the 21 in air, it's the 26. And the handoff's going to go first to Mason Drake, and Drake will carry it out to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4. Make it 2nd and 6.
Again, I've said it all season long. Mason Drake really has done a very good job of hitting these holes and trying to lean forward and get every yard that he can, and that means everything right now, because you're not taking those hits, you're kind of delivering them in this game, and this is terribly important in a game like this.
Drake had 13 carries for 60 yards in the first half, so add 4 to that. And they're going to hit Drake out of the backfield that time, and he's actually going to lose those 4 yards right back. Let's make it 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that was well played by North DeSoto.
Restovich had 3 carries for 5 yards in the first half. 3 carries for 5. He was 6 for 12 for 57 yards and an interception in the first half was Bryce Restovich. Loyola had 122 total yards of offense in the first. North DeSoto 257, which would be expected considering the 22-point lead the Griffins hold here, and the Flyers are going to take an early timeout to talk about this big 3rd down.
Yeah, that was probably a very good decision right there by John Sella. You're on 3rd down and long. What we have seen is that North DeSoto is sending people trying to force a quick throw or a mistake. And so I think that getting this play call right is very important.
So the Flyers need the 36 for a first. Restovich throws complete, and that's going to go nowhere. Hamilton looks very frustrated on that one. Jake Black on the reception for no gain. Actually, they're going to say he lost a yard.
Yeah, I think Colby may have thought that maybe he missed a block, and that was what the way he's holding his head. It looks like that. I didn't see that missed block, but again, you could see that North DeSoto was blitzing right there, so that wide receiver screen is actually a pretty good call. And so if you're able to get those blocks, you do have a chance.
So the Griffins stand at their own 47 to await the Ward punt. And Ward does a nice job of getting that off. And it's going to be fair caught at the 50, and the Griffins will have it there 1st and 10.
Fair catch by
you said it well right there, David. And Carter Ward did a fantastic job of getting that ball and getting that released. Again, North DeSoto is sending 10. They have no respect for a fake. They're just, they're going to go and try to block a punt.
So the Griffins with great field position to start their first possession of the second half. In the first half, Kenny Thomas had 15 carries for 60 yards. Latin 4 for 38, and it's going to be Thomas this time on the carry, and he'll pick up about 2 yards down to the Flyer 48.
Really very nice job. Nice job by the linebacker sealing that.
Delafield's going to look to throw for the first time in the second half. He's just going to take this one, tuck it, and run. Big hit, but doesn't bring him down that time. That was Alex Mitchell that came in on the hit on Delafield, but he just kind of shrugged that one off, picked up another couple of yards. Delafield's a heck of a quarterback, John. We've seen him make several good plays already in this game.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call a little grabbing of the jersey as Jack Ebar went around that tackle.
3rd and 4. Griffins need the 40. Wide open man across the middle that time is Eli Procell, and Procell will take it across the 25 down to the 22. That'll be good enough for a Griffin first down.
Again, the Flyers just sitting kind of in that zone. They're able to pick apart the middle of the defense. We saw that a lot in the first half.
Good tackle that time. Hayden Horton came in to make the tackle on Thomas. It's a 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 upcoming. This time Delafield looks to throw. He's under pressure. He makes 2 men miss, and then he just takes on the Flyer defender and draws a flag at the end. That was Alex Mitchell that took the worst of that, but Mitchell does manage to get him down.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to maybe call a late hit right there, but that was really kind of bang, bang, and you hate to see that call.
That really was, John. Personal foul is the call against the Flyers. So, tell you what, John, you're right. That was bang, bang, as they say. Not sure the flag was called for there, but it was thrown nonetheless, and it's going to be a Griffin first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 8 now.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Delafield hands off to Thomas, and Thomas will be brought down at the 3. Be 2nd and goal from there. Horton on the tackle for Loyola. Flag on the play. Thomas for a 3-yard touchdown run, but holding.
Well, that's going to be a hold.
The call against the Griffins, and that'll bring it back.
Penalty is against the Griffins.
So the penalty will move it back to the 14-yard line where it'll be 2nd and goal. Delafield wants to throw this one over the middle. He has a man and a touchdown for the Griffins. Tell you what, John, the Griffin offense right now is a well-oiled machine. Thomas on the reception, 14 yards for the Griffin touchdown.
Yeah, they're really finding that little soft area in between the two safeties, and really, I mean, that's a hard throw. He still has to thread it between linebackers and the safeties, but that is certainly the area that they keep coming to.
The extra point is good by Denny. And with 7:18 left here in the third, North DeSoto now leads it 35-6. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer Football on LCP TV.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal...
Welcome back. Kickoff fielded at the 8. Big return. One man to beat. Jake Black all the way. Touchdown Flyers. 93 yards on the kick return by Jake Black, and the Flyers strike right back and answer the Griffin touchdown. 35-12, your new score. 7:06 left here in the third.
Maybe the onside kick for the Griffins is the better strategy than kicking deep, David.
Well, at this point, we just assume them kick it deep every time. And the Varnador kick is good. Are you surprised we didn't go for 2 right there?
A little bit, but again, you talk about this game, you just want to let the game kind of flow, and the best thing about that is Cooper Varnador.
All right, thank you, Coach. John, you were saying?
I was saying that's a good thing to get Cooper Varnador. His first extra point was either blocked or mishandled. We weren't really sure, but to get him a kick down, giving him his confidence is not a bad thing.
And that Varnador kick is going to be returned by Martinez up to the 26. And the Griffins will have it there, 1st and 10. 7:01 left here in the third.
And again, a very nice job by Cooper Varnador there. He put the ball where he needed to. Again, the Griffins are going to start out about the 25-yard line. That's about all you could ask from a freshman kicker. Really, glad to see him get that first extra point under his belt. And then, his kickoffs have been very good.
So Delfield right back at it. And the Griffins are going to start this possession with an inside handoff to Braylon Lattin. Lattin's going to take it across the 40 out to the 44. It's a gain of 18. Nunn and Gosley on the stop, but not for the big gain by the Griffins. Again, Lattin on the carry. Lattin up to the 46, and that'll be another first down for the Griffins. So light speed go the Griffins on offense. Well, they're barely taking time to get the ball set before they snap it. This time the Flyer defense does a little better job on Latin, holding him to just a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, I mean, they do a very good job of pulling their guards out. And again, as you said, it's all fast pace. It's all, movement to throw the defense off.
Latin on the carry, and again, the Flyer defense starting to rise to the occasion a little bit. They'll bring him down after maybe a gain of 1, and that's it. Fade Ivy, the first man there.
That was a really nice job by Fade Ivy there. Hayden Horton came in the backfield and kind of slowed him up to allow Fade Ivy to kind of clean it up.
3rd and 6. Like it's going to bring up 4th down. Thomas was on the carry, so it's 4th and 3. Griffins will go. And they'll take a little more time than usual. They need the 36 for a first. This would be a big break for the Flyers if they could get a stop here. And they're not going to get it. Kenny Thomas carries across the 35 to the 34. And that'll be good for a Griffin first down.
A really nice job with the Griffins. I mean, they were determined to run it through the A gap right there.
Again, warp speed go the Griffins. Another big hole over the right side this time for Thomas.
And that's been the way they do things. They run up the middle, then pull the guards out.
Mitchell and Nunn on the tackle, and we've got a Flyer down right there. Can't quite tell who that is.
It might be Carter Doyle. I don't see Carter standing up anywhere.
We'll take a quick break while they attend to hopefully, well, no, hold on. I don't think he's back up right there. That is Carter Doyle. And it looks like Carter was doing pretty good as he walked off the field. So hopefully he'll get back in there sooner rather than later.
Again, that's the drain that you have on this just fast-paced approach. You don't have time to even think about an injury. You got to get back up and keep going.
So 1st and 10 at the 22 now for Delafield and the Griffins. He's going to hand off to Latin, and Latin will get it across the 20 down to the 18-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 before Lafitte brings him down. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Really nice job by Joshua Lafitte on coming in replacement of Carter Doyle.
Again, the handoff to Latin. Latin, a busy man on this drive. Ebarb and Doyle there on the tackle for the Flyers. It's 3rd and 1 now. And the ball slips out of Delafield's hands, but he's able to just jump right back on it. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass, it looks like.
Huh, that was interesting.
It sure did look like it came out of his hands when he was pulling the ball back.
I thought he was pulling it back too. That was interesting too.
Well, that might have been a break for the Flyers. I think the recovery would have been a first. They're just going to run the quarterback sneak, and he goes down, but I think he got the first. Let's see. The official comes running in with the mark, and let's see, John. The Flyers, it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and the Flyers think they stopped him, and the official hasn't signaled for any measurement yet, and they're going to say flag football. Really a nice job that time by the Flyer defense. North DeSoto threatens, but the Flyer defense holds when it matters most on a 4th and 1 play. And the Flyers have a little bit of life here, John, with 4:01 left in the third, trailing 35-13.
And they did not get lulled to sleep right there. There again, it was a trick play. They're doing a direct snap. Delafield's looking over the sideline like he's looking for a play call, waiting for a play call, and they snap it to the up back. Really heads up on the Flyers' part.
So the Flyer offense has to respond here. They absolutely need to put some points on the board right here. Drake on the carry. He'll bring it out to the 14. That's a 2-yard gain, make it 2nd and 8.
All right, I like the play call right there. Again, Mason getting up the field, I mean, our defense has been softened up a lot, but if you sit there and you make their defense actually take some blows too, you can soften them up too.
Restovich pulls this one back and fires, and he had a man over the middle in Jake Black, but just not able to complete it. Excuse me, that was Brewer, excuse me.
Yeah, that was a well-designed play right there, and the Flyers had a completion on that in that soft zone earlier in the contest. I like the play call again.
Big third down here, 3rd and 8. Flyers need the 22. Restovich looks to throw, passes complete to the far sideline. That was Brewer on the reception, and he'll be knocked out about 3 yards shy, John. And at this point in the game, what does Coach Sella elect to do? And it looks like for now he's going to look to punt it away.
That was an interesting call right there. I'm not sure what they were doing. I mean, the outside receiver should be clearing out right there. Both of them were in that area, and they had 3 defenders for two receivers, and thankfully they were able to make the completion.
So 4th and 3, and the Flyers are going to punt this one. Timeout, Flyers, and we'll take a timeout too. 2:38 left here in the third. Flyers trail at 35-13. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
The three-pointers will be flying all over the Loyola gym when the annual alumni basketball game takes place. The annual Loyola Style Show and Luncheon will be held Wednesday.
Carter Ward on to punt for the Flyers. Chaz Martinez stands at roughly midfield awaiting his punt. Nice punt that time by Ward. Sky ball fielded at the 47-yard line. Fair catch, and that's where the Griffins will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, the Flyers just need to, stay strong on defense. Again, one more time. That was a good defensive series. North DeSoto did some good things with the Flyer defense. Bent but didn't break.
Delafield's going to hand off to Kenny Thomas, and Thomas will run it across the 40 down to the 37. He'll be balled down by Gosley, but we'll say he's about a yard shy of the first. I'm going to take another crack at it right here, and this time Kenny Thomas will get the first down at the 34-yard line. And the Griffins right back to the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play. And Thomas this time is met by several Flyers at the line of scrimmage. Ebarb the first one there. No gain, 2nd and 10.
Really a nice job by Hayden Horton right there too. I mean, so the Flyers are playing the defensive lineman down in tight, trying to take away those gaps on the inside. So the linebackers have to be able to flow.
Pass complete across the middle to Procell. Procell all the way down to the 13-yard line. It's going to be good for another Griffin first down. It's a 21-yard gain.
I think there's a hold.
This time the handoff goes to Latin. Latin to the 11. That's a 3-yard gain. Ebarb there on the tackle for the Flyers.
Wow, that was an interesting. I'm not sure. I think the White Hats hearing a little bit of that.
Nice job that time by the Flyer defensive front. They get into the Griffin backfield and make the stop on Latin for a loss of 2. And that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Again, we talked about how important it is those linebackers to flow. The 3 down linemen are doing a good job.
Pass complete outright to Miller Warren. And Warren will be very near a Griffin first down. It looks like they're going to say he did get it. And it's going to be 1st and goal now from the 2-yard line. And touchdown North DeSoto. Braylon Latin on a 2-yard touchdown run, and the Griffins extend their lead with 26 seconds left here in the third to 41-13. And there is a Flyer down on the play, and can't quite make out what the number is there.
Yeah, and they're holding it like a cramp. So, like we talked about earlier in the telecast, this type of it must be Hayden Horton, because I see Joshua Lafitte coming in. And I see Carter Doyle standing up, so it wouldn't be surprising at all with the amount of work that the linebackers have had to do in this game.
Yep. So the player down was Hayden Horton, and he's up and making his way back to the sideline, so that's great to see. You're right, John. I mean, the Flyers simply haven't seen an offense like this. The pace at which they run.
And as you said to me, you use the entire field with a team that, is using fewer players. You're doing a lot of running.
And the Denny kick is good. So your new score here, 26 seconds left in the third quarter. North DeSoto leads it 42-13. We'll be right back. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
The annual Loyola Style Show and Luncheon will be held Wednesday, November 13th at the Bossier Civic Center. Doors open at 11 a.m. and the show begins at 11:30. Sponsored by the Parents Association, the Style Show is a long-standing tradition at Loyola that celebrates the senior class. Loyola seniors will take the stage for the main show, where groups model clothes from local stores in addition to the Senior Walk and the Alumni Walk. All Flyer alumni and future Flyers are invited to join in the fun. With special seating available for each group, the Style Show is a great way to reconnect with old friends and meet new ones. Loosen up the arm and dig out the glove from the back of the closet.
Denny set to kick for the Griffins. Brewer and Black set to receive. And that will be Black, who just falls on it at the 22. And that's where the Flyers will send the offense out onto the field. Look to cut into this Griffin lead here late in the third quarter.
But this is played out like you might have scripted it. The Flyer defense has been on the field a long time. As you use the entire field, you have your linebackers having to cover on pulls. You're having to have them fill in the A gap. You're having to have them cover into the passing alignment. So that's a lot of work for everybody, but especially your linebacker crew.
So Restovich and the Flyers back to work, and that pass will be complete. That was Jake Black on the reception. So a good start to this drive for the Flyers is a 7-yard gain on the play, make it 2nd and 3, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Let's see if Coach Tanner on the sideline. Coach.
So North DeSoto scores right at the end of the third quarter, making the score 42-13. But one note of interest is that the 92-yard kickoff return by Jake Black was the fourth longest in Flyer history. So that was one positive note from the third quarter. So the Griffins seem content to kind of grind it out and run a lot of clock. They're still going fast, but the Flyers need to get going if they're going to make a game of it now.
All right, welcome back. Start of the fourth, and John, the Flyers on the wrong side of this one tonight so far, 42-13 with a quarter left to go. So what's going through Coach Sella's head right here as the Flyers look to make something out of this drive?
I think he realizes that the script has happened, that, exactly how you don't want it to happen. Your defense has been on the field a long time, so you're looking for, hopefully quick, easy passes and still establishing the run. So, that's the important part of this game is, you still need to give your offense confidence. And it's not just confidence for this game. It's confidence for, going into next week, and it's confidence going into the playoffs that you can play against a team that's got, twice your numbers.
Well, the obvious thing that comes to mind is, I think Coach Sella would very much like to see the Flyer offense move the ball. I mean, if they can come away in this quarter with just some points and some positive momentum, up to this point, the Flyers have only amassed 135 yards total offense compared to 310 for North DeSoto.
But right there, that's efficient right there. I mean, that's what you need right there is just efficient little 5-6 yard plays.
Excuse me, that's 370. Confused my 1 for my 7 there. Pass caught by Hamilton across the 45 down to the 49. So there's a nice play, 14 yards on the pitch and catch from Restovich to Hamilton.
Just like we talked about, simple little plays that get the ball out quick. And I like Colby delivering another blow. 3 guys to take him down. They got a false start right there.
So the penalty is against the Flyers. And they'll walk off 5 yards here, and that'll bring it back to the 44 of Loyola. Make it 1st and 15 now. Flyers need the 41 of North DeSoto for a first. Restovich wants to throw. Complete out to the right side to Ben Brewer. It's a nice catch that time by Brewer. Down to the 44. They got 12 yards right there, so it'll be 2nd down and 3.
Really nice job again of Bryce Restovich waiting for Ben Brewer to clear and delivering a strike.
Drake on the carry. We'll pick up another maybe 2 yards there. Get about half of it there. It'll be 3rd down and 1 now. You got to figure this is definitely 4 down territory at this point.
It is, but again, I like that call right there, and I like the fact that Mason is staying inside of his blockers right there. Again, getting upfield. Don't let the play. Here you can see that they're, as you might expect, 3rd down again, and here comes North DeSoto. They have nobody deep. They walked everybody up. The entire defense is within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Nice job that time. Restovich carries across the 25, drags a couple of men down to the 24. 18-yard on the gain by Restovich, and the Flyer offense is in business now with 10 minutes left in the fourth.
I absolutely love that call. It was never really an RPO. It was basically a quarterback go. He barely is given any look right there, and so Mason is leading, and then Bryce is going right behind him, and it's a perfect call against a blitzing defense.
Handoff's going to go inside to Drake, and Drake with a nice run that time down to the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 7. Make it second. Excuse me. Let's see. Gain of 6. So they're gonna make it 2nd and 4.
Again, this is our offensive line is showing their mettle here. It's just, I see these guys going toe to toe with the North DeSoto defensive line, and Mason is running hard. This is these kids are not giving up. They're trying to create these holes and make it tough on North DeSoto.
Well, and you love seeing the fight out of the Flyers too. Certainly not hanging their heads right here. They're still playing just as hard as they were playing in the first quarter, even though they're down 42-13. And they're looking to put points on the board right here and get this thing a little closer.
Yeah, that ball was so low that Bryce didn't catch it cleanly and wasn't able to throw it in the timing that he actually wanted.
So 3rd and 4. Flyers need the 15-yard line. Again, almost certainly 4-down territory. Restovich with the low snap completes it to Hamilton across the 10 down to the 8, and the Flyers will have it 1st and goal.
I love that play right there again. I like the fact that Colby turns it upfield and is again delivering blows. He's not just taking a blow. And Bryce Restovich again being able to stand in the pocket and deliver an accurate, strong throw.
When he scooped that one off the ground too.
He really did.
And he's going to keep this one himself. He's got a nice hole, Restovich, across the 5 down to the 4, where it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's exactly right. And they're giving North DeSoto something else to look at now. I mean, again, they went with Mason Drake right there, and you're right, that hole was huge. And so here it is again. They're blitzing from all sides.
Hey, guys. Pass to the corner in the end zone. It's going to draw a flag. Restovich wanted Black that time, and Black was just mugged in the right corner of the end zone. And that'll make it 1st and goal from, I believe it should be about the 1, John.
Yeah, I believe, not only was that pass interference a great call right there to get the ball even closer, but right now the Flyers offensive line is frustrating the North DeSoto defensive line. Number 99 is throwing his hands up every time, looking for some type of holding call.
Restovich is going to keep this one, and he's going to be able to power his way in. No, he's going to be stopped just shy. Tell you what, though, John, you love seeing your quarterback put his shoulder down and try to power through. He was just met by 3 guys that time. Good effort by Restovich.
And that should be on the 1-inch line. He, when Bryce hit him, Bryce drove him back. And so, he was trying to drive himself all the way into the end zone.
That ball couldn't be any closer to the goal line. The nose looks like it's sitting on the white paint.
How are we on 3rd down? Wasn't the first?
I believe the guy holding the down marker didn't change it on the penalty. I think this is 2nd down. And Restovich brought down in the backfield that time, sacked by the Griffins.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we're not at 3rd down right now, because the pass interference should have been a 1st down.
It's a 6-yard loss. Doyle on the sack for North DeSoto. Clock continues to run. 7 minutes and 3 seconds left here in the football game.
There seems to be some confusion because they got the 3rd down marker and 4th down on the. That's interesting. They're calling it 4th down, so they did not get a 1st down on the pass interference call.
Okay.
Which is interesting.
I'm not sure how does that happen on pass interference in the end zone.
I'm not exactly sure on that either, because.
All right, welcome back. 6:53 left in the fourth quarter. Flyers trying to make this one a little bit closer. 4th and 8. Restovich looks to throw in the end zone, and that pass is incomplete. Well covered by the Griffins that time. He wanted Ben Brewer, but he was just smothered by the Griffin coverage, and the Flyers are going to turn it over on downs.
Yeah, he was trying to get that ball out quick, and as he's rolling out, that little seam right there is a little crossing stream. But there were plenty of Griffin players in the area. I mean, he threw a bullet, and thankfully it wasn't intercepted. But gave Brewer the only person the chance to try to get it.
The final game of the regular season.
So first down, Griffins from their own 8-yard line after the Flyers turn it over on downs. Handoff goes to Thomas. Mitchell and Horton there on the stop for the Flyers. 2nd and 6 coming up. A handoff again goes to Thomas. Might have picked up a yard right there. Make it 3rd and 5 coming up. Salmon's on the tackle for Loyola.
I don't care how this score plays itself out. I give a ton of credit to the defensive front line and the linebackers. And not only have the Flyers been well coached, I mean, they have had to do a lot of hitting, a lot of tackling.
Pass complete to Eli Procell that time, out to the 25. It's going to be a gain of 12 and a Griffin first down.
1st and 10.
Flyer defense still playing hard, John.
Yes, they are. I mean, that's what I like to see right there. Here's Fade Ivy coming in from the strong safety position, still trying to help at the very end of that play. I mean, that's what you want to see at the end of these games.
Big hole that time. And it looks like, oh, man. That was Kenny Thomas on the carry, and it looked like he kind of grabbed at his hamstring. It looked like he was about to go all the way, and he just kind of came up limping right there.
And then he's going to get an unsportsmanlike foul because he threw kind of acted like he was throwing the ball back at a player, but the player, as he fell down, was falling down on him. It wasn't a late hit or anything. Oh my goodness.
Whoa!
Oh my goodness!
What was he looking at? And you can see right now, look at Coach Sell right now, just incredulous, talking to the official near his side. Like, what in the world are you looking at? And I don't blame him because we say the same thing, Coach.
I thought they
what in the world?
I thought they were throwing for the North DeSoto player.
The North DeSoto player clearly got up and acted like he was going to throw the ball at the Flyer defender. My goodness.
Yikes. That's a terrible. I mean, that's a terrible.
Terrible. I mean, you know.
I mean, he
look,
slips down. The defense is following.
Seems
the
like
play.
every week we say that at least once. Handoff goes to Latin, and Latin will take it across the 15 down to the 13. Horton and Nunn on the stop for the Flyers. Be about a yard shy of a Griffin first.
I mean, Coach Sell is still letting the sideline referee know. He was not happy about that call.
I don't blame him. It was terrible. Latin again on the carry. He'll pick up a first down. It'll now be 1st and goal from the 6. None on the tackle for the Flyers. Again, Latin on the carry. And Latin running hard. And they'll say he made it in. Touchdown, Griffins. 6-yard carry by Braylon Latin. And with 4 minutes left here in the football game, the Griffins now lead it 48-13. Dakota Denny set to attempt the extra point, and his kick is good. So 4 minutes left in the football game, and the Griffins are able to put 7 more up, and thanks in no small part to a rather dubious personal foul called on that drive.
Yeah. Again, I don't think that a coach is going to be upset at all at their player on that. That is ridiculous. Like you said, it looked like he maybe got held up by a hamstring or something. And as he's sliding down, what do you expect? He's playing. He's trying to track him down from behind, and the player stops and falls down right in front of him, and so he falls on him. And that is a terrible, terrible, terrible call. And again, North Dakota may have gone down, but that extra 15 certainly hurt.
Coach Sella still in the officials here all the way down to midfield, and you can't blame him. And the Griffin kick will be fielded at the 22 by Brewer. Brewer will return that one out to the 28, and the Flyer offense will take over there with 3:55 left here in the football game.
And Brewer on the return from the 22-yard line. Takes it to the 27. First down, Flyers.
Restovich pass is complete to Black that time, and Black will be forced out of bounds at the 35. That's a gain of 8, make it 2nd and 2.
Again, very efficient first down call. Like Jake Black may have been hurt on that play.
Looks like he's
coming down.
Gingerly making his way back to his wide receiver position. Restovich throws incomplete. It looked like Hamilton caught it, but it just kind of in and out of the arm. It's nice to see Colby Hamilton as busy as we've seen him all year tonight. They've really, especially here in the second half, tried to take advantage of the big tight end.
Yeah, I mean, and you have to take what they're going to give you, and the Flyers have been led by their 3 wide receivers, but Colby's had some really important catches through the season, so glad to see that that they're seeing that he can get open.
Handoff to to Mason Drake that time. Get it out to the 42-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and a Flyer first down.
And a nice little lead block right there by Colby Hamilton. And again, Mason doing a fantastic job of waiting for him and then running on the inside.
Looks like Jake Black's going to finally make his way to the sideline. He looked fairly hobbled right there on that play. Brewer and Jeter will split out wide. Drake will take it across the 45 to the 46. It's a 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6 with 3 minutes to go.
Right, and again, nice job by Mason Drake right there. A lot of running backs would see that hole would close and want to bounce it out, and then you get caught losing yards. He did the right thing and just kept his feet moving and just kind of stayed on his block and pushed forward to get 4 yards. Take what the play is going to give you.
Restovich wants Hamilton, and he's got him. Another catch for Colby Hamilton, who's having a career night tonight. That's a 13 yards on the reception for Hamilton, and another Flyer first down.
And that's a really nice job. They're blitzing right into Bryce Restovich's face, and so you've got to deliver that football, before the guy gets there, number one, but you have to throw it at an angle where the defender doesn't block the ball.
Handoff inside to Drake. He'll pick up 2 yards. Make it 2nd and 8.
Good, strong run right there. Mason has nothing to be worried about right there. A nice tackle by the linebacker, but Mason's delivering the blow too.
Minute 36 left on the clock, and Kutzella just seems content to let this one go down. Nice catch that time by Brewer, and Brewer was able to hang on to that one down to the 25.
I like that because North DeSoto kind of showed themselves early that they were going to bail out. They came to line up on line of scrimmage and showed that they were going to bail out on the play, and so they took the easy little slant.
John, are you surprised the Flyers aren't putting a little more pep in their step, try to put some points up before this one's over? Drake on the carry to the 23-yard line.
No, I think that this is, you know what you got here, but the Flyers, like you said, they've done good things. If you rush this stuff, you might make mistakes. And so what they're doing is they're showing they can still go down the field against their first team D.
And now he's going to look to the end zone. Restovich wanted Brewer, but just a little overthrown.
Yeah, really, Ben kind of came inside right there. If he'd have stayed on his same line, that ball would have been right where he needed to be. That's a nice throw by Bryce. Defensive player didn't have any chance of intercepting that ball.
So the clock stops with the incomplete pass. 39 seconds left in the game. Flyers just trying to put some points up here before the end of the game. Give them something to get excited about as the clock winds down. Pass complete that time to Black.
At the 14, gain of 9.
It's a 9-yard gain and a first down for the Flyers.
Yeah, nice little first down. The Flyers had to use early timeout, so actually throwing that little quick out gets them the timeout that they need.
Restovich is going to keep this one. He's just going to slide down at the 14. No gain on the play. Clock moves, 25 seconds left. Flyers out of timeout, so they can't stop it.
Yeah, that's why you need to run this play. If you're going to run it, you're going to see what you got.
Restovich looks again to Hamilton, who gets out of bounds to stop the clock at the 10-yard line. No, they're going to say winded. He's going to say he didn't get out of bounds. Huh. Well, you would have liked to seen the Flyers have an opportunity to throw one in the end zone right there, but
not sure about that call either. But we'll leave that alone.
The zebra had other ideas. He must have a dinner reservation somewhere. And that's going to be the end of the ball game. Your score here from Mesmer Stadium. North DeSoto takes this one 49-13. We'll be right back to wrap it up. You're watching Flyer football on LCP TV.
Passing the competition by leaps and bounds. The team of world-class specialists at Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute are experts in caring for bones, joints, and muscles. In addition to treatment, they also provide special programs designed to keep you in optimal shape and improve athletic performance. So whether you're a student athlete or a weekend warrior, they'll keep you at the top of your game. Christus Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute, taking orthopedic care a step further.
How does your bank define local? At Home Federal, it means being here in Shreveport and Bossier since the doors opened in 1924. It means surviving and thriving alongside our customers through the good times and the bad. Since our beginning, Home Federal has been a part of Shreveport Bossier. Our roots are here. Our headquarters are.
Welcome back. Your score here again from Mesmer Stadium. North DeSoto 49, Loyola 13. The Flyers came into this game with a chance to tie North DeSoto at first place, but came up a little bit short. North DeSoto clearly the best team the Flyers have seen all year. I don't think there's any disputing that. And looked good at times, struggled at times, but I think can come away from this game feeling good about some of the things that they did, knowing what they got to go back and work on a little bit.
Well, I mean, this game means something. I mean, I'm not trying to make light of this, but yes, you want to win a district championship. Those things look great, but what looks better is going deep into the playoffs. And when you are sitting here looking at the things that you did and the things that you didn't do in this game, there's a lot that you can take from this game. I said it in the fourth quarter. Throughout the game, I don't know what Mason Drake ended up with, maybe 70, 80 yards, and they were hard-earned yards. But you have to make those holes available for 3-4 yard runs. And so, and they did. The offensive line did that job. That is a good North DeSoto team that's going to, do well in the non-select playoffs. But what we care about is judging yourself against the 2A select teams. That's what's going to matter. Your select Division II is what really matters. And so we're at that 8th spot. The sad thing about it is you're not really getting any points added for playing up, so to speak. North DeSoto would be really nice as a 2A team to playing up to a 4A team and getting the power points that are associated with that. But because you're in a 4A district, you're not going to get that. But what you did get is that you got yourself sized up with a team that has 30 to 40 more players on their team, people who are not playing both ways. When you get into that select 2 competition, you're going to have teams with comparable roster size, kids playing both ways. And what you showed is that you can play. The outcome of the game was a little closer. Obviously, you had a 101-yard, touchdown return, but they played all throughout the game. I think Coach Solo is going to go in and tell these kids, y'all never stop playing, and that's what's important. That's how you become a really good team in the playoffs. When you're playing from whistle to whistle, that's the best chance that you have. I saw a lot of good things. I saw a better team on the field in North DeSoto than we are. But again, as far as basically a 2A team playing in a 4A competition. I think that the Flyers did a heck of a job tonight.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up from here at Mesmer Stadium. Again, the Flyers on the losing end of this one, but there'll be life on another day tomorrow, and the Flyers will get back to work in preparation for their game next week at Northwood, which will be another big test for the Flyers. Northwood, a very good team that can really move the ball up and down the field. So for Kyle Tanner, John Carmody, our producer, Huck Andrews, I'm David Winkler. Thank you for watching, and we will be back here in 2 weeks for the beginning of the Select Division II playoffs. Time and opponent TBD. So until then, have a great week, and we'll see you again soon on Flyer Football from LCP TV.